Frosty and Frank show with Christian Hand. He's joined us. Been a couple of weeks. How you been, man?
Great.
Good.
And you?
You seem oddly happy.
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm just odd.
Well, you're not hiding it well.
No.
Maybe if it found love in Ireland?
No, I didn't. But I did fall in love with Dublin.
Oh, yeah.
It's an amazing city.
Good time?
If you've ever been, yeah, it was incredible. I mean, really just one
Nice
of those
people.
places where you're like, oh, this is what a real city feels like.
Oh.
How much
Once
you give
more,
us?
L.A. proving how much it sucks. On a morning-by-morning basis. You know, like, yeah.
How many pints did you put away?
None.
None.
doesn't
None
drink.
a pint.
Oh my God!
I don't drink.
The double, you don't drink. Oh,
But I did
jeez.
show up, and my friend just pulled this massive container of marijuana out and put it on the table and was like, "You're all right here, man. You'll be fine." I was like, "Yes, I will. That's great."
It's green.
Chris has joined us like he does most Mondays at 9 o'clock to break down some music for us, track by track. So what's going on?
Well, of course, last week while we were all off, or at the beginning of the week, we lost one of the two geniuses behind this monstrous band, named after the Steely Dan 2 from Yokohama, which was a steam-powered strap-on from William S. Burroughs' book Naked Lunch. Did you know
Go
that?
on.
Was it really steam-powered?
Yeah, it was a steam-powered strap-on.
You know
Yeah.
you're an old lesbian when.
So this is, of course, Do It Again from 1972's debut album, Can't Buy a Thrill, from Steely Dan. And this is where we're introduced to the majesty that is Walter Becker and Donald Fagen, two of the orneriest dudes in the music industry. And, they're known for musicianship more than anything else. If you don't own Asia, you need to own Asia. Can't Buy a Thrill is a great record, but Asia is where it really goes off the charts.
And
Because
this song, this song is one of my favorite of all time. I noticed you queued past the strange marimbas or whatever it is.
the beginning bit.
Yeah, what is that?
Well,
so break it down track
we
by
will
track.
get to that.
Oh, good. Good. I always wonder what that sound is.
Too excited,
Work then.
Frosty.
All right, so it starts, of course, with the drums, grooving. Jim Hodder, who is also he was a huge studio guy, and he died in 1990, unfortunately. But this is a smooth jam. I mean, if you're just gonna walk around LA to this, you're coolin', if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't listened to Asia, the great conceit about the Asia record is that they basically built a different band for every single song. And the way they did it was they didn't tell anybody what they wanted to have them do. They just invited them into the studio, had them play, and if it wasn't good enough, they kicked them out and deleted that. And then they just built it that
Jesus.
way. Yeah, these guys are monsters.
Is this guy playing with a double bass set?
No, I don't
bass
think so.
drums?
I think Hodder's probably doing a little groovy groove. Smooth, like a gravy sandwich. It's an interesting time signature. The way he skips the one with the second drum beat. Little feel. It's pretty much the dictionary definition of cool, if you know what I'm saying. So the great thing about this song, which one of the reasons I like it, is that Walter Becker was known for being the guitar player in Steely Dan, but in this song and on this record, he plays the bass, and his bass line is preposterous. Grooving, and then later on he decides to prove that he's this guy.
Kind of the same thing over and over.
No, you just missed it because you talked right over the bit where he doesn't do it.
Oh,
Do
man.
that. I'm turning my microphone off. I'm just going to listen.
Ready? This is what he does here. Up an octave. Bounces. Then he gets jiggy with it. Yeah. When you give it some Jim on it. Groovy.
Does the bass player always get to do whatever he wants?
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's why he's the bass player. And later on,
Right.
he gets so crazy at the end here. He's just melody. If you ever seen a picture of Walter Becker, he's the dorkiest looking dude on the planet. The fact that he plays bass like this is so good.
I never realized he's hopping the octaves back and forth. I never
all the
realized
time.
that.
I know. That's why this bit is amazing.
If people wouldn't talk over the damn track, you need more.
I mean,
of
why
it.
start now? Yeah, I mean, this is like. He waits for like the last 30 seconds of the song to do this. So good. And if you ever seen these two interviewed, they're like two old housewives. Like they've been together for way too long, and they know each other in and out. There's a great, the Classic Albums DVD series, which is also available on iTunes, is really great. Some of them are not as good as the others. The Steely Dan Asia one is fantastic because you really get to understand what a pair of geniuses Donald Fagen and Walter Becker are. So, R.I.P. man, that bass line. A guy who's known for playing guitar who can play a bass line that well is a real musician.
I picture him playing that bass line with his eyes closed. And the rest of the band stopped playing like 2 minutes before he stopped playing.
just
I'm
keeps
just
going.
like standing there looking at him. He's like,
He's got a cigarette hanging out the side of his mouth.
He just has everybody else's tune
Too
down.
cool.
Too
cool.
And they're dancing.
So, the keys is also Donald Fagen, but the percussion part is a guy by the name Victor Feldman, and he's kind of the guy that gives it this Latino. It didn't do that until.
So we have a gourd there. We're raking a stick on a gourd.
It's the guiro.
What other song is that really
Okay.
popular?
No Afushi Kabasa.
No fushi kabasa. So that is my favorite sushi dish.
I think it's in a Tone
getting
Loc
hungry.
song.
It is a Tone Loc song. Funky Cold Medina.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got congas. We got.
I'm breaking it down.
There's the Wurlitzer.
Yep. And here's your Donald Fagen. So dreamy. I mean, it's just too cool. Any band listening from Orange County right now that's practicing in their garage, try to write a Steely Dan song.
What instrument is that just came in there? The long notes.
I don't know. There's like 3 different keyboards that he's credited with using on this thing. The only one that I know for sure is this guy, which is the. Which is Donald Fagen.
Whoa.
So good.
Breaking news with Donald Fagen.
Totally.
Jamming. So good. So when you hear it in the mix. And they didn't smoke weed by all accounts.
No?
Mind blowing. To get here sober. I mean, it's just so freaking good. Right?
This just reeks 70s, the good kind.
It's so good. All right, so the guitar on this isn't actually played by Walter Becker. It's played by a guy named Jeff Skunk Baxter, who you've probably seen pictures of. He's like has a big, he always wears a beret, and he has a big white handlebar mustache. And he played on everything, but now he is a defense consultant at the Congressional Advisory Board on Missile Defense. This guy
Remember we went to
Oh,
Mexico
yeah.
with Jeff Skunk?
also plays guitar like this. It's jazzy as the Dickens.
I could just listen to this. I don't need any
Right?
other instrument.
Nah.
No. This is it.
Fingers, as they say. It's all in them.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yep.
That's the rumor.
For sure.
Phones to vibrate. Amateurs. Right? Is it just me? This is the best Market 19 radio station I've ever been
I think
on.
it's
All right.
Frosty.
Is it
Frosty's
Frosty? Is it
phone.
really?
It's Frosty's phone.
Oh, is it your mom?
Where's your phone?
Oh, my parents are being killed by hurricanes.
Are they really? Yeah, check it out. Make sure
Is it
they're
them? Are they calling you?
Yeah,
Are they calling them? You should maybe check.
Okay,
Well, I guess
I'll
if
be
they're
back in a
calling,
minute.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
alive,
it's a good
right?
idea.
They're-
I'm missing
Man.
Steely Dan. They
I
can
know.
wait.
Yeah, you make that
can
choice.
wait.
I like. You know what? I dig it passion.
There'll be more hurricanes.
Right. And they're calling, which means they're fine.
Yeah, there'll be more
Yeah,
parents.
they're fine.
Don't worry about it.
Hang it up.
Let's listen to Denny Diaz's electric sitar solo instead. Here we go. I will be mortified if something horrible has happened to your parents while we did this break. All right?
The weather map says
They're fine.
the eye is passed.
All right, good.
Okay.
There's not many bands get away with an electric sitar solo.
Beatles used it, but
They used a real one.
what is a sitar for those who don't know?
The sitar is a native Indian from India instrument, and it's got the big looks like a cooking bowl on the bottom, a huge thing with 900 strings on it. It's one of the most impossible instruments to learn ever. So to get this done, once again, no marijuana smoked in this band by all accounts. I mean, that is kind
Now, was
of
that ridiculously mixed as well? Like as far as like the stereo, like through that solo, it was like going back,
panning
and forth.
backwards and
Yeah.
forwards. It's doing all sorts of wacky things.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, well done.
Maybe they did pills. Did they do pills? No marijuana, but
They might have done pills.
Other things.
I mean, you know, like this was the back of the day when that was just expected. So this thing is just incredible. Let's listen to like Walter against this. That's it. So good. Right?
It's like everyone's just like jamming their own thing. It's like a circle jam off.
Right. But making it work.
But you
without
gotta pay
pills.
attention to your own jam. You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to jam over anyone else's jam.
No. But everybody's jamming this band. It's like the Ookie Cookie of bands. Yeah. And this isn't even their most advanced record. This is them just getting warmed up. This is their debut. And Asia is where it goes crazy. All right, anyway, so no discussion of this band is, of course, complete without the Lounge Lizard himself. If you haven't listened to any Donald Fagen's solo stuff, Nightfly is a great album to start with. And this dude, I mean, listen.
In the morning you go gunning for the man who stole your water, and you fire till he is done, but they catch you at the border, and the mourners are all singing as they drag you by your feet, but the hangman isn't hanging, and they put you on the street. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. Wheel turning round and round, you go back, Jack, do it again. When you know
And don't forget, these guys are like early 20s at this point. These aren't like
He sounds like he's in
35-year-old
his
men,
six-
right?
yeah,
Like, it sounds like he's in his 60s at 20.
Lived a life.
Yeah.
When you know she's no high climber, then you find your only friend in a room with your two-timer, and you're sure you're near the end. Then you love a little wild one, and she brings you only sorrow. All the time you know she's smiling, you'll be on your knees tomorrow. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. We'll turn and round, you go back, Jack, do it again.
All right, so let's listen. This is really awesome. This is going to be the vocal with Donald and Walter Becker on bass, and you hear these two like just winding around each other, and it's pretty obvious that they're incredible friends and their respect for each other is massive. Listen to this.
Now you swear and kick in Vegas that you're not a gambling man. Then you'll find you're back in Vegas with a handle in your hand. Your black cards can make you money, so you hide them when you're able. In the land of milk and honey, you must put them on the table. Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. We'll turn it round, go back, Jack, do it again.
And there's like more solos in this thing than you should be able to fit into a 6-minute song. Like Denny Diaz,
Wow.
like Skunkbacks, they're here. And one of the whitest looking men on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
But playing like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just should not be able to play like this. This is ridiculous.
And you don't really hear that in the mix. It's so
No.
varied.
Yeah. This is a substantial piece of music, man. And this whole record, the first Can't Buy a Thrill is great. But as I say, if you really want an entry point into Steely Dan, pick up Asia. You can't go wrong. Every song is a hit. You're just like, oh, they wrote that, and that, and it's their second album. Also, definitely pick up some Donald Fagen. And once again, rest in peace, Walter Becker. A great character and part of one of the most substantial songwriting and recording teams in the history of music. So thank you for having me in. Don't forget, on the 30th, I'm going to be doing The Who and The Clash at the Los Angeles College of Music. It's going to be epic. If you want to go to that, just go to thesessiononair.com. You can buy tickets there. That's thesessiononair.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, @KingTrut, and on Facebook, Christian James Hand. I am a screaming liberal, so if you don't share my political views, you're going to be made incredibly miserable by everything that I post on Facebook.
Thank you, Christian,
You
so
know
much. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, seriously.
Really
You can't really go wrong.
Oh, thanks for bringing that
Can't go
song
wrong
in
with
today.
All right, we're going to apologize, get out of here so Frosty can call his mom and dad, find out if they're still
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah,
and then
really.
we'll find out tomorrow's show after we talk to,
Cliffhanger.
to him. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Nice. Yeah,
Did they
find
survive
out
the hurricane
tomorrow.
or not?
Could be dead, they could be alive.
tomorrow.
Find out
But
tomorrow
first-
morning, 6 a.m.
The best way if you showed up to announce that would be absolutely awful. You know? Like,
The worst person
Hey,
ever.
we could sell that announcement, man. We could sell it. Sponsored
sell
by.
it, yeah.
This announcement about Frosty's parents brought to you by.
McDonald's.
All right, let's apologize to those of
Sorry
you we
to
offended.
Creoles, Cajun, Kunasses, Rednecks, and Cuba.
Lancaster, Old Cappy, radio and deaf reporters.
Georgia, Footlocker, Nudist Dwarfs, and Vinegar Stillwell.
Tony Romo, Transformers, Asian Drivers, and John Denver.
Stephen King, Streakers, Peanut M&Ms, and Beekeepers.
The inventor of voicemail, Kirk Cousins, Marvin Gaye, and Mirror Dancers.
Eric Clapton, The Poor, Dublin, and Jim Carrey.
Hermit People, Inglewood, Old Lesbians, and the Steagles.
Elementary school principals, the Highland Games, Mac and Cheese, and Circle Jam-Offs. You really have to listen to the whole show. We are Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.